Hey everybody, wanted to show you this really cool game I've been playing here. It's called Assetto Corsa, and I've been working all day on like getting it where it's able to be on the VR and everything. Like check it out, you can see your own helmet and everything in here in the race car, along with inside here. Check this out. It's like you're in the entire car here. Now this is like the beginning cars here, so they're the slowest ones, of course, but we can get into the bigger ones later on down the road. But we've been trying with the different settings and everything too, where like it's got rain effects and everything. You can see where it's got fog going on right now. And I was wanting to like go through and just kind of play with these for a little bit here. And we're not really going to be so focused on the racing so much on this one, but just kind of showing you just like the depth and detail you can get into on this game. And it is just crazy. So like right now we just got the fog going off. I just started a race, so these guys are all cluttered up here and everything. But I have it controller right now is how I'm doing it. Like I plan on actually getting like down the road here where you can get like a whole sim racing simulator with the pedals and the whole seat and everything like that with the steering wheel, and you could just do so much. And there's some free roam cruising on here you can do when you get some like the other maps and everything and the other mods. Oh, this guy just hit me on the back. How dare you? What the hell? Anyways, but let's get into like checking this out. So like you can see the outside of the car here before we get into it, and like just how much detail with this fog and everything we got going on here. But if we go over here, like check some of this out. So we can adjust like the time of day when all this is, so we can make it really early in the morning, really late at night. We got the headlights and everything like that here. So like if we get like a really pretty morning shot with the sunrise and everything, or we can set it up over here. Let's go ahead and like check out a sunset. Gets a really dark kind of a sunset to it. Look at how pretty the stars are at this time of day too. Like it is just insane how pretty the stars are on this time of day. You know, I should be watching the road, but who cares about the road when you have all of this around you right now? It is amazing. Let's go just a little bit brighter. See if we can check that out here. Got the whole nighttime here. The sunset going on pretty nicely here. And then if we get too dark, like you can be racing in the nighttime as well, which looks really neat too with the headlights and everything. You can actually see surprisingly well when you have like inside the car here too. So you get to see the whole radio and everything going on here. The time of day right now that it is in the game that we got set. It's got military time too, but look like in the stands out there, you can see all the lights on in the stands. That is just so freaking neat. I don't do a whole lot of racing games, so maybe like some people are used to this shit. I am not. Like I've done some old ones in the day, but in VR we're talking about here, I love that they got this where it's VR supported when you've got all the settings set right and everything too. Being in a VR channel would be like, we have to get into racing too. Like we really got to. Alright, let's make this a little brighter here for a moment. Let's check out some of this other stuff. We can do, I think we did a little bit of the fog already. You can see some of the hazes that kind of rolls in a little bit, nothing too crazy. I love the haze though, also when it's like a little later in the evening. Got just kind of like this really neat like little hazy effect off into the distance and everything. And the mist, I like the mist too. Just a little misty, like a rainbow almost a little bit too. And it's a beautiful sunset too with that in there. And then like let's say if we want to get into like some rain. I think we might, I don't know if I've done any of the rain or not. I've been back and forth in this so much. And you just see the wipers and how it's just coming down the side of the car and everything. You can see me stick my head into the mirror there. Alright. You could also get into like a neat thunderstorm. The thunderstorms in here are kind of cool. Like you can hear the thunder actually rolling off in the distance, and you'll see little strikes happening once in a while. here a little bit. If it gets too crazy, then it gets like really white. I almost don't know how I feel about the white. It's almost like a snowstorm, but it's not a snowstorm. But I think here you get like a little bit more thunder, I believe, and everything. You see like a little flash right there. And then you can have like a crazy tornado look it shows. Oh yeah, here's some thunder off in the distance right there. That is just so neat. And then let's get into a little snow. I do kind of like the little light snow and everything too. Just a little light snowstorm. And a little bit more snow here. And like the windows are frosting up and everything now when you got the snow going here. You're starting to freeze up on the windshield here. Around the edges a little bit there. All nice and cold, even in like the mirror itself. That is so neat. A little sleet. Do a little bit of sleet. Okay. It's getting heavy. Pretty good heavy. It's just crazy, like the reflection, the graphics, and everything that you have on here now. And when you got all the cars, I'd love to see what this looks like too when we get all the other cars going on, like the more souped up cars and everything flying through here. And you can set this in so many ways too, like where you can control like the time of day you're racing. So here's where you can add like what time of day you're racing and control what time it is right now. Like here, it thinks it would be 105, and we can set it for like a 105. And when 2 o'clock rolls around, we can have a different weather and everything like that. Right now, just for demonstration purposes, just going through this where we can just set it where the entire time of day is just like this. And it's just so crazy how much it looks like. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get to show everybody like this awesome game here so far with the graphics. If you're ever thinking of getting into VR, I would probably recommend this one for sure. Like I said, I still have to get like the whole sim racing setup. Right here you can have it where I'm doing it with like an Xbox controller, so like you can hook that up to your computer. It is like a PC VR game, and I can't remember if it's on any of the other platforms or not with like PlayStation or anything. I think it's just PC VR, but I could be wrong. But that's just what I'm playing it on right now. And when you're in the pit, like with it, it's not like it's not a VR game, but it has VR capabilities. So as you're kind of seeing there where the car is up there, since I'm in the pit, it doesn't let me change it a little bit here, so I have to kind of figure out where I am just by looking at it. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoys this though. I was definitely wanting to like just get this show through with everything and just how neat this game really is when it comes to like if you set it up right and you start getting all of your graphics and everything set up on the computer here and getting into the mods. A lot of YouTube videos on how to set up the mods. If anybody has questions on where to find them, I can definitely help them too, but really I found them with just a quick search of like necessary mods for this game and everything like that. So like there's a lot of good support out there on this game, and I would definitely recommend it if you are interested in getting into like a really neat game. It is a VR supported game. You can play this on the computer without the VR. That is the awesome thing too. It's like definitely worth playing on that without the actual VR itself, but I had to get VR on here just to make it so much more realistic and everything. And these guys here are throwing VR in. Just return the favor here. But enough of my rambling. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and definitely have a great day, and I hope to catch you all around. And we'll probably be definitely doing some more racing videos when we start getting more heavier into it, but definitely worth it. All right, thank you very much, and I'll catch you all later.